If you like cheesy breadsticks, stay tuned. I have a great little snack for you to put out at your next party. So today we're making Parmesan breadsticks. We are going to take puff pastry and put some little bit of egg white wash on it, and then we are going to sprinkle some Parmesan and some pepper. So it's a nice cheesy breadstick with a little bit of a bite with the pepper on there. So let's get started. The first step is to take an egg, and we are going to crack it and only use the egg white. I also have a tablespoon of water in this bowl as well, and that's what we're going to use to create our egg wash. So when you crack it, just make sure you don't get any of the yolk inside. So we're just saving the white here. So just discard your yolk, you can use that for something else. And then just take a fork and then mix your egg white with some little bit of water, a tablespoon or so. So I'm taking my puff pastry and I put it onto a floured surface. If you have a granite countertop, that's fine. Otherwise, get another surface that you can put it on and roll it out. Just flour it a little bit so it doesn't stick, and then take a rolling pin and just move it out into a nice rectangle, going across both sides. You want it pretty even, and just measure out your pan that you have is fine. We're looking for a rectangle, maybe about like 12 by 14. It's probably a good size. So now I'm going to take the egg wash that I made. This was with egg white and a tablespoon of water, and I'm going to brush the top of the pastry. This will help the cheese and the pepper adhere to the pastry in a little bit. And you're going to take this and rub it all the way up to the edge. It also gives a nice glistening shine to the breadstick when you're cooking it. These are great little nibbles. I usually like to make these and then I'll put them in tall glasses and then spread them pretty much throughout the house, so when people are gathering they can just grab one here and there. When you're entertaining, it's nice to have, you know, some hot appetizers, some cold, some that are at room temperature, and then those are things that, you know, you actually put together on a platter and things like that. But then I also like to have a little bit of like nibbles like these, the breadsticks, or you can make like spiced nuts and put them in a bowl here and there just for people to kind of grab. Okay, so we have the egg wash spread out through here. I have also chopped up some Parmesan, so I'm also going to sprinkle this here all over, and be really generous with the cheese. You want it nice and cheesy. Sprinkle all the way up to the edges. Just sprinkle all over, make sure you get every spot. And just spread it out. Once you have spread out your cheese, then you're going to move on to your pepper. You can either freshly grind it, or if you have pepper in a container, you can certainly use that. So now I am sprinkling the pepper generously all over here. This pepper gives a little bit of a spicy kick to your breadsticks. And then when you're putting them in the oven, they're just going to puff up nicely. Nice little crispy bites. Okay, so now I'm going to take one of the short ends of our pastry here, and I'm going to fold it over to the second side, just basically folding it in half. So we're going to pick it up here, just carefully grab it and spread it exactly halfway, as close as you can to getting it halfway. So what we're left with is half the size, but it's doubled. And now I'm going to press it with the roller again, just to make sure that it's all stuck together. We're basically combining both layers. Just roll it out. Getting all the cheese and the pepper mixed. So now I am going to take long slivers of my pastry, and then I'm going to cut them into strips, and then I'm going to go ahead and twist them to make it look pretty, and then we're going to bake it in the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for maybe 10 to 12 minutes. You're just going to watch it until it gets light and golden. So we are ready to cut these into strips. I usually like using a pizza cutter. You can certainly use a long knife, but a pizza cutter seems the easiest for me. So we're cutting our pastry into strips, and you want to aim for maybe about a ½ inch for each strip. So I've done a few here. I'll get it started. Just basically lift it off, and then we're going to twist it into a nice pretty twist. Like that. And then we're going to just place it on our baking sheet here. And then usually you want to just pinch the ends so that it doesn't unravel on you when it's in the oven. Just to make sure both of the layers are definitely formed together. So I'm going to go ahead and keep doing this, slicing my pastry into strips and then twisting them and putting them on the baking sheet. So I'm going to fill this whole baking sheet, and then we're going to bake it off in the oven. And then I'll put the recipe, as I always do, in the link below. So my breadsticks are out of the oven. Usually you'll get about 25 to 30 breadsticks in a good batch. So just take them, put them in a pretty tall glass like this. And then I usually take several glasses and then just put them here and there throughout the party, and then people can just grab when they're talking. So go ahead and taste one. They're nice and crispy, a little cheesy, and a little bit of the peppery bite. So if you enjoyed this video, please give me a like, and make sure to subscribe. I am posting a lot of other recipes for fun appetizers and cocktails. Have fun.